we're going to get started with the You Make My Heart Smile kit from February Club Q. As always, we have Powder Puff ink suggestions on the front. And this one suggests Blue Lotus, Peppermint Stick, and Baja Blue. But as you can see in this kit, there are lots of colors. So you just grab from your stash what you want to use as far as Powder Puff chalking ink colors and make it your own. I like the dark green in there, so I have Fields of Green. I have Blue Hawaiian, which is really close to Blue Lotus, but different. And I have Oak Tree, which is a brown, but it has quite a bit of red in it, so it matches this kit pretty well when it goes on there. We are going to get started with all the cutting first. And this one really doesn't have much cutting at all, which is nice because it's a quick and easy kit. If you want to go ahead and push pause and cut out all of your, or punch out all of your die cuts and get those ready. I have mine all punched out here, kind of laying in a pile ready to go. And I just keep my die cuts in a pile by color so that I can easily find what I'm reaching for. And I'm looking for my glue. The Bear glue that we have on our website is the best to use for this one because we have kind of intricate die cuts, so you just need a few dots of it here and there, and it doesn't look like I got here with it. But it has a really fine, precise tip, which is really nice for the smaller, more intricate die cuts like that. Okay, so I am going to get this out of the way, pull in my cutter, and it looks like we really only have this one diagram, and it makes it super easy to put this kit together. I'm going to get out my trimmer, and once you punch out your die cuts, there's actually this frame right here. Don't throw it away. We are actually going to use that as our background. So you punch out all the die cuts in the middle here. Hang on to this because that's going to be a background. Grab another piece of the teal paper, and what we want to do is just cut a 6x8 square out of the middle. Now you have lots of room to work with, so if it's not right out of the middle, no worries. We're just needing a 6x8 somewhere out of here. It doesn't have to be exact. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put it at the 10 mark. And then I am going to come in to, on my cutter over here. Oh, my cutter's so old, all my numbers are worn off. But I'm going to bring it down to the 3. So mine is going to be not necessarily centered, but I'm going to put it in at 2. I'm going to bring it down at the 3, and we want this to be 6 inches. So I'm going to pull this down. I started at the 3 right here. Pull this down to the 9, and that's 6 inches. I'm going to turn it all the way around. So we have the cut over here. I'm going to put it in again at the 10. And then do the same thing again. I will start up here at the 3. Pull it down to the 9. So that you have a 6-inch cut there. And then I'm going to turn it sideways, and I'm just going to trim from here to here. And that should be your 8 inches. I'm going to put it at the 9. So that's, it was 6 this way and 8 this way. So we're going to turn it back around this way, put it at the 9 again, and then connect these two. And you can go beyond because this part is not going to show. We're actually going to cover it up. So you have your 6x8 cut out of the center there. And this is going to be your background. We're going to cover this up with a straight piece of paper. And that's all the cutting that we have. Believe it or not, there's not a lot of diagrams with this one. The only other piece would be your words. You can either trim it out on your trimmer or fussy cut, but trim that one out too. And then I'm gonna get the trimmer out of the way. Done with that part. And I will bring in, move this, and I'll bring in our 2 background papers. So our 2 background papers are these 2. Make sure I can see both of them in the camera. Oh, you know what? I lied. We have another cut. Because we put these in, I'm going to bring this back out really fast here. These 2 stripe papers need to be cut down to 11 by 11. So I'm putting them together and I'm going to trim off 1 inch from the right side. Then I'm going to trim off 1 inch from the bottom or the top. Sorry about that. I forgot about that cut. Okay, so you have 2 11 by 11s. Now we can get the cutter out of there. Still not a whole lot to cut on this kit, but. And then this is your background. So what you want to do is just put a little bit of glue just around the edges. And you actually don't have to go all the way around. You could do a little tape here and here and around the corners. This goes on here. This one goes on here and centered. So we have the background. And then everything else is either already cut or a die cut for you so that you can just start layering things up. Let me grab the pieces that we need here. Okay, so on page 1, we are going to, and actually go ahead and chalk these up as we go. I'm going to use the green, Fields of Green on here and just kind of bring out the green color in this. And if you want to, you can use Baja or Montego Bay or something that has a little more teal in it. I'm just bringing out the green color here with some Fields of Green. And I'll probably just chalk a few up as we go, but you hit pause, chalk any piece up that you would like. I love that green on there. So we want to put this one about 1 inch from the top and about 1.5 inches from the right side of the striped paper. Gotta get my other piece here. I'm looking for it. Oh, here we go. So this is already a pre-cut piece for you out of your die cut. This goes on top here. You have a little tab, and with your tabs, so I'm just placing it. You can glue it down later, or you can glue it down as you go. I would just do it as you get your pictures. If you want to do it before you have your pictures and glue it down, just make sure you do just little bits so that you can pick it up and move it if you need to so that it fits your picture. This little glue here, oops. And I will slide it right in behind there for a little extra embellishment. You have 2 little banner pieces. One goes down the right or the left side of page 1. Just centered from top to bottom and about 1 inch to 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches from the left side. And we have our little red banner is going to go about here. So about a ½ inch from the right side of your striped paper and about 2 inches up from the bottom of it. We have a tag that I'm going to chalk up with the oak tree color. You can kind of see how the red really shows. It's a brown, but it has some red highlights in there. I really like this one. It matches lots of kits because you can use it with brown, more antique stuff, with reds. This is going to go right centered here. The red is centered in between those 2 points. We layer up our frames. Now, if you want to just get these together enough so that you can put pictures in later, just make sure you just put a little bit of glue here and here. Glue it down at the top so you can still put a picture in later. And this one is actually tucked underneath here just slightly. And again, just a little bit of glue so that you can still flip this up and put a picture in later. And I'm just laying this out, and then you can glue later. This one actually ends up being a little bit of a pocket because there is another tag that goes right behind here. And these tags you can use for photos, you can use for journaling, you can use just as an embellishment. We have our little embellishment packs here. So one button will go at the top. One button will go on this tag. I love this kit because it looks like it has a lot to it, but it also is easy to kind of layer these little intricate die cuts and stuff and make it simple to put together. And again, if you use the Bear glue that we have on our website, the really fine tip, you can just do a few dots here and there, and then this will glue on there. And I love that glue because it dries quickly, has a very precise tip, easy to use. And then we have a couple of arrows, and you feel free to put these wherever it works for you. One of them that I did, I actually had one up here, one down here. You decide what works for you. There is a red one that goes over top of that. And feel free to move these around so that it matches, if it has space for your photos. If you have a photo where you want all of this to show, go ahead and spread this out a little bit. There is a yellow brad in your kit that goes in the tops of your little banners. And we're done with page 1. See how easy that was? Super simple. Okay, page 2, we have another piece of teal paper. This is going to go about 3/4 of an inch from the left side here. And then we have 2, I think it's probably about 4x5s. These will go here for photo backers. And you want to leave about 1/4 of an inch in between these two because your words will fit right down here. And this one is centered with the heart on the end. I like this kit because it can be used for love. It can be used for anything. You make my heart smile. It could be for anyone. Your kids, your grandkids. Okay, and then down this right side, we have a 4x12. This goes in about an inch. Oh, there's my dog saying hi to you. I thought I might get through the video without him saying hi to everybody. And then we have 3 little photo backers. And again, you can put smaller photos on here, or you can use them for journaling pieces also. And then there is a red brad in your packet for each one of these. You see how simple that one was? I love it. It's simple, but it still holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 photos. So it's a good one to kind of pack the photos on there. I'm sorry about the train too. You can hear the train. And if you've ever done one of our online events, and I know a lot of you have, our online Facebook events live, we are right next to the train at our warehouse. So every time a train goes by, we give a prize. We also have March 30th, I believe. We have our next Facebook Live event coming up, and we would love, love, love for you to join us. We have kind of a travel theme, and we have all new papers coming up in that. So check on our website, shopquickquotes.com, go to online events, and we have a few spots left for that. I think it's $59 for the day of classes, and we will ship all the kits out to you 1 to 2 weeks before the event. So sign up for that. Check out next month's Club Q. Thank you so much for being a Club Q member, and we will see you next time.